This is Kathy Dam, and I'm going to show you how to enter your SLOs in Nuventive Improve, formerly known as Tracdat. So the first thing we want to do is log in. You will use your normal Saddleback login credentials. Now, one of the first things you want to do is orient to the top of the page and make sure you're in the right window. When I click this, don't be alarmed. I have access to everyone, so you won't have this big list here, but you will have academic PR and academic SLOs. So sometimes people are in the wrong drop-down option, and that can make it confusing. So we want to make sure that you're in the SLO portion. So I'm going to use psychology as an example. So I'm clicking on academic SLOs, psychology, rather than academic PR, psychology. So what we want to do is click on course level outcomes on this left panel here so that we can pull the drop down. And then I want to click on results. So if I click on results, I can now enter my data. There'll be different steps for entering new SLOs or different methods of assessments, and I'll make other videos for those. But at this particular time, I'm just going to show you how to enter SLO results after everything has already been set up. So I've clicked on results, and now to access the different courses, I'm going to click on this drop-down menu. And here's where you will access all of your courses. So remember, for SLOs, every course has to have one SLO assessed once a year. So that means you should be entering in one SLO for each of these options. Now, let's say you didn't offer a course. Perhaps it was a year we didn't offer the Psych of Women. What we would do is just leave it blank, and I will know, because I'll see the schedule, that that was never offered. So you don't need to go in and say not offered. We'll understand. But otherwise, I will expect to see one SLO entered per year per course. So let's pretend to enter results for Psych 1. So these are all of our SLOs, and let's say I want to do enter results for this subfield option. So I'm going to click this drop-down icon here. I can see here's a previous SLO that's been entered. I want to enter another one, and it's also going to use the modality of exam quiz. Now, some departments have multiple modalities. Maybe they do an essay, maybe they do an exam. And so see this orange icon exam quiz here. You'll see another list of modalities if you have more than one. So make sure to select the modality that you're using for this particular year. I'm going to come all the way over here to the right and click on the add result plus sign. And then this is where you would enter your results. So let's say that in my pretend example, 85% of the students passed this exam question. So I'd say 85% of the students in Psych 1. So we're collapsing across all of our Psych 1 classes. I'm not entering one class here. I'm entering all of them. So that means I've collected data from all the classes and I've averaged them. As the department chair, I've averaged them myself, and I'm entering the average here. So 85% of the students in Psych 1 classes successfully answered the exam question about subfields. Okay, then I'm going to say which year we are doing. Let's say this was for the 2021-2022 year. Again, it doesn't have to be both semesters. It can just be fall or spring, as long as it's one time per year. Then I have to see if the criteria met my rule up here. So we have set the criterion to say that 75% students have to get a 70% on the question. So if it were multiple questions, we would have to have 70%, or if it was an essay exam, perhaps you would say they get a 70% or higher. So 85 is clearly above 75, so my criterion are met. Let's say this was an online class, so I'd select online here, and maybe it's not an honors class. So far, so good. I'm going to click save just because I don't want to lose what I've done. Now, this is something that a lot of people do, but I recommend. And this use of results section allows you to have a narrative about why you found those results. So I'm going to click on the plus sign. So maybe you say the department made changes to handouts used for subfields, and this seems to have positively impacted success rates. It doesn't need to be a lot. It could be a proactive thing. So maybe you're saying, hey, our results weren't just what we expected, so next time we will do something different. We're going to adopt a new book. We've changed the sequence of courses. Any of the things that your department's already doing that you think may be related to this outcome, put here, because it'll be easier for you to write your department program review later. So once again, I'm going to hit save. And when you hit save, nothing happens. I think people think it's going to close, but it doesn't. So if I want to go back to the previous screen, I'm hit save, and then I'm going to hit return. And now this is exactly what I want. So I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to hit return. And now what we'll see is that it is entered for this course. So now I'm going to go into my next course and start all over again. And please look for other videos on how to adjust all the other things, like if you want to change your SLOs or assessment methods and that kind of thing. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.